Hello and welcome to IT Pro Guide. In this tutorial, we will walk you through how to join an Oracle Linux system to a Microsoft Active Directory domain. We will cover all the prerequisites, installation steps, and domain discovery. And finally, we're going to see how to join to a domain so you can enable centralized authentication for your Linux servers with Active Directory. Before we start, make sure you have an Active Directory domain controller running and reachable over the network from the Linux server. We are going to use Oracle Linux system. You can access all the commands in this video from my blog itproguide.com. Let's configure the network first. You can configure the network DNS settings to point to the Active Directory domain. In my case, it is 192.168.1.30. Let's also verify the reachability of our Linux server to the domain controller via ping. For that, ping to the domain controller. And that's working. Our next step is to set up the host name for our Linux server. You can set up a fully qualified host name matching to the domain controller, and you can confirm it by typing hostname -f. Next step is to set up the time zone. And for that, you can see the commands, which you can also copy paste from the blog post link that I shared below in the description of the video. Once you install the cron, then you can enable it, and then you can also check the time offset by running tracking command. Now the next step is to configure the DNS, and this can be done from the resolv.conf file in etc folder. It's already configured. If not, you can just enter the search as your domain name and name server as your Active Directory domain server IP address. Now let's move to the next step, that is to install the tools that are required for handling the joining domain process. And these are the tools that you need. Just copy paste and run. Now the installation has completed. The next step is to discover the domain. For that, try to run this command realm -v discover, then enter the domain name at the end of the command. Now it's resolving, so we are almost ready to join to the domain controller. To join to the domain controller, run realm, then join, and also mention the membership software that we're going to use, that is Samba. Then enter the username and domain name. Now you have joined successfully. Now let's edit the Kerberos configuration file and also add the lookup for DNS entry. So here, as you can see, DNS lookup realm is false, make it true. Also add a new entry, DNS underscore lookup underscore KDC is equal to true. Now you can remove if you have any stale tickets by running kdestroy, and also you can test now. Now the klist will show no credentials cache. So let's init the administrator account. That worked. Now you can type klist, and that will show you the ticket cache and the validity, expiration, other details. You can also type ID and the administrator account, which will also show you the ID of this account. Now let's set the home directory for this user. Once you run this command, the home directory creation will be automatically done. All right. Now let's check the IP address of this server and try to access it over SSH from the administrator account in Active Directory. Here the IP address is 1.29. Let me move to my command prompt from a Windows computer and I'm going to access it, administrator at IT program, that is the account at IP address, and I'm entering the password, and as you can see, I'm able to log in from the Active Directory domain account to the Linux server. So that part is done. Finally, if you want to leave your server from the domain, then it's quite easy. Just run rel leave and then the domain name. And to verify it, you can type realm list and that will return nothing. That's it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.